folks, we are into the next day here now, and I've got everything done in this side of the building. However, I did not have enough black iron pipe to go across the north end of the other part of the building here. I only had a length and a half of pipe left, and I would need about 80 feet. Now I know I'm going to be repeating myself here, but I'm just going to do it anyways. When we enclose this part of the building and put the air line in on this other side here, I put all black iron pipe in. And I have 4 air stations, 4 air reels in this part of the building, and there's 4 on this side. Originally, when we built this shop, that was just cold storage, and I ran PVC pipe all the way around this building so that we could have our different air reel drop stations. And here is all the old pipe here. And after putting it in, I found out, it's not the type of stuff to use, and it's dangerous and so on. And luckily, we didn't have any problem with this stuff, but right now, we don't have nothing to worry about. We've got all the black iron pipe in here. Now, what I have left to do, I'm actually going to be replacing the 4 air reels that are in this part of the building. They're shot, they've been mended enough times. All of them have hose clamps on them to where we have cut the hose off, and some of the locking dogs don't work on them. So we're going to be changing these air reels out. And the one other thing that I have left to do, I have to run a hydraulic hose over a connecting hose, and I am using hydraulic hose because it's easier to use. I have to connect that air line there. And then once the air reels get here, I'm going to be slowly replacing these just because they need to be replaced. Now, what I have done is I have put the large fitting on our air hoses here so that we can run the 1-inch impact. And this is a 1/2-inch hose, by the way. And then we make up this adapter like this. We plug this adapter in, and then we can run our smaller air tool couplers. These are a pain in the butt. These guys are taking them off. They don't get left in the same spot all the time, and we're usually hunting for these damn things more than we're using them. So what I have done is I have put a large fitting here on this drop line here. I've got one over there, and I've got to put one in on that post. That way we'll be able to use our larger impact guns. And what I'll have on the new hose reels is just this size connector here for the, I don't know what you call that, 1/4 inch, I think it's called. But in all, we ended up putting 200 foot of pipe in this part of the building, and there's just over 100 in that side of the building there. So there's 300 foot of 1-inch pipe altogether, and then there is 8 hose reels that have 50-foot hoses on them. And between the pipe and the hoses, I think if I figured it out right, it adds an additional 12 gallons of storage to our already 260 gallons of storage. What I ended up using is I started with this hand pipe threader. I did all the threading on the pipe in the other building. However, I could not get this one to work the other day, and I ended up putting a new set of chasers in here, and I still couldn't get it to work. But what I needed was a already threaded piece of pipe to get these chasers adjusted right. So what I ended up doing, I had a new set of chasers too that did not work, but once I got it adjusted, it works. But I ended up buying this electric handheld pipe threader from Harbor Freight. This was $200. It comes with a 1/2-inch die, a 3/4. I've got 1 inch in there right now, and then I've got the 1.25 inch. I have threaded just over 60 threads. 60 well, about 30 pipes, but 60 in all. And I've got one tooth on this threader that's got part of the side broke off, and that is it. So this has been a real nice tool. It has paid for itself with just the amount of threading that I've already used it for. I don't know where I can get these chasers, the threaders that are in here. I don't know if they're the same as the rigid ones or not. Now, I do not remember what I paid for this handheld threader, but I would have to imagine that it was probably 200 bucks just for this unit here. And that's what I paid for that. And I've got 3 other dies with it. Now, you've seen me use that in the beginning of this video. You get your pipe, set your clamp on there so that it holds the tool in this holder here, and then you just go to town. Now, what I used for lubricant on the threader was this Milwaukee Hogwash. This is what we use for our annular cutters with the mag drill. That stuff works great. It comes in a concentrate bottle here, and this 16-ounce bottle does like a gallon or something like that, 1.5 gallons if I remember right. I've got the appropriate size jug to just dump this in there and mix it with water. And that works great for a threading or a drilling lubricant. So we've been real happy with this. I could throw this tool out and buy a new one when we go to thread pipe next time. So that has worked great. So we're coming to the end of the video here, and in the past couple of videos, I've been asked about this 8360. No, we did not sell it. We still have it. It's in for an oil change right now. Another thing that we're going to do to it is I'm going to pull some weight off the front end here, and I'm going to put these weights that we're pulling off, I'm going to put them on the 8320. So by the time you're seeing this video, the 8320 already came. However, we're waiting for duals to come for that. They weren't shipped with the same delivery. The guy couldn't, he was overloaded. Now, this tractor here has 5,200 and some hours on it. It has an IVT transmission in it, and we ended up having to have work done to the transmission here this past winter, and I will not buy another IVT transmission. We've had to do the transmission in the 7290, and now this one, the 7930 that we have, that has an IVT transmission in it. Knock on wood, we have not had to touch that one yet. Guys will say that the IVTs in the 7000s are not as rugged as the 8000s, and then we had this lay down. John Deere did pay some of the repairs on this. We had some other stuff done to this as well. There's an accumulators on this front end to get the hydraulic ride to work. We had to replace those. We had some other work done on it as well. Andrew had a steering linkage, something or other, break on this side. If I think of it, I'll put a link into the video here from last spring. Jake replaced the one on the left side in the field, and then when it was over to their shop, they ended up replacing the one on the right-hand side. So with the work that we had done on this tractor this winter, now mind you, it wasn't just the transmission that had work done on it, and John Deere also kicked in some money. The bill on it was just shy of $24,000. Other than that, this thing has been an animal. This tractor here is one series in behind the 8320. This tractor does not have diesel exhaust fluid on it. And I don't know if I'd buy another one of these either after putting an EGR cooler in the 9560. Now the 8320 that's sitting next door there, that's got an EGR cooler on it as well. However, I think the diesel exhaust fluid engines, I think, are a better emissions type engine than these pre-DEF. Now, I could be wrong, but that's just our thoughts on that. So this tractor here is 3 years older than the 8320, and the cab is just a touch different on it. Now on 8320, that has 1000 RPM PTO, 540, and then the large 1000. This one is just strictly 1000 RPM only. Other than that, these tractors, these two tractors, the 320 and the 360, are identical to each other, other than that they're one series different, and the transmissions are different. I ended up getting the 8320 with a power shift transmission. The one transmission that's probably the best is the E23. I have not driven one of them, but I hear they're a real good transmission. So I've rambled on long enough here. Guys will swear by these IVT transmissions, and IVT in today's world almost goes hand in hand with air conditioning in the cab. Everybody wants IVT. However, it's left a bad taste in my mouth. I don't remember what the bill was on the 7290, but I do not want to have to go through another transmission problem. We'll probably never see another problem with this one again, and that is that. So that's going to do it for this video, folks. I want to thank you for watching, and we will catch you at the next video.